Hi, it's Matt Ryan, quarterback for the Atlanta Falcons, and I'm here today with Dr. Aneesh Mehta, Chief of Infectious Diseases at Emory University Hospital. Today, I'd like to talk to you about some of the common questions that people have about the COVID-19 vaccination, its safety, and some of the side effects. Could you just tell us a little bit about some of the vaccines that are being used in the United States?
Well, Matt, it's a pleasure to be here today. So, in the United States, the FDA has approved two vaccines, one from Moderna and one from Pfizer, after very large clinical trials, some of the largest clinical trials we've ever seen of vaccines. And they showed that both vaccines are very safe and over 94% effective, which is just amazing. So, these vaccines have now been rolled out, and we're continuing to expand the access to these vaccines to hopefully get everyone in the United States vaccinated very soon.
So, for those of us that aren't spending our day to day on this, how do these vaccines actually work?
These vaccines have been developed very quickly because of advancements in vaccine technology, particularly mRNA technology. So, what we're doing here is creating a temporary message in the vaccine that when we inject it, goes into our muscle cells and teaches our muscle cells to make the protein that looks like the virus proteins. And therefore, our immune system can train against it and learn how to fight it so that when we're exposed to the virus down the road, we can fight it very effectively and clear it out of our body before it makes us sick.
So I think some people are nervous about what the actual day looks like if we were going to get the vaccine. Could you walk us through just a little bit of what that looks like to go ahead and get that vaccine?
Because we are living in the era of COVID, expect to get some screening questions about COVID symptoms. And then you sit down, you roll up your sleeve, and you get the vaccine, which is pretty painless. One can expect to sit there for about 15 minutes while one of the healthcare providers watch you, make sure there's no reaction, but those are very, very rare to occur. And then you go about your day.
There's been lots of conversations about how quickly this vaccination has come together, and whether or not it's safe for our guys to take, or for our friends or family or loved ones to take. Just in your opinion, is this safe for all of us to be going and getting?
This is a very natural question, Matt. And I'll just start it by saying, yes, it's very safe to get, and I would recommend it to anyone who has access to it. How we got to this point was really this advancement in vaccine technology over the last couple of decades to create mRNA vaccines. The very promise of this technology is once we discover the virus and its building blocks, we can very quickly create that message, the mRNA, and put it into a vaccine and get it out to people very quickly. I got the vaccine. Many of my family members who are in healthcare have gotten the vaccine, and I would definitely recommend it to all my family and friends when they are ready.
What are some of the possible side effects that people could experience with the vaccination?
The side effects from the COVID vaccines tend to be very minimal and mild. One can expect to have a sore arm for a day or two afterwards. I certainly did, but it went away and I felt fine afterwards. Often people do have a little bit of fatigue and body ache, and that usually occurs the day or two after the vaccine and usually lasts about 24 hours.
What about for the people who have received the vaccine? We've talked for months and almost a year about wearing masks and how that can help prevent the spread. For the people who have received it, should they stop wearing masks? Should they continue wearing masks? What should they do there?
I would highly recommend and encourage everyone who has received the vaccine to continue to do all the same precautions that we've been recommending. So our three W's: washing your hands, wearing a mask, and watching your distance. So the three W's plus our vaccine, that is what will get us out of this COVID pandemic.
Are you still at risk of getting COVID-19 even if you've been vaccinated?
The vaccines are very effective, but no vaccine is 100% effective. So there is still a small chance that you could get a COVID infection after the vaccine. It will likely be more mild than if you hadn't had the vaccine. And it's also important to know that it is possible that you could spread the virus even if you've been vaccinated. So we want to do these three W's and get the vaccine, not only protect ourselves, but protect our family and friends.
I think one of the things everybody is wondering is, when are things going to get back to normal once the vaccination has been distributed? And not everybody has a chance to come across your path every day with so much knowledge on it. So could you give people an idea of what the time frame looks like of things getting back to a somewhat new normal?
Well, we all want to get back to our normal lives again. It has definitely been a conversation over our dinner tables almost every night in my family. It will take some time, But the efforts that we've been doing to prevent the spread and now the availability of vaccines will get us there faster. But it will take time because we need the majority of our community protected through the vaccine and through the mechanisms of wearing a mask and watching our distance to get the level down low enough where we feel comfortable going back to our normal lives. So as soon as we can get people vaccinated, that will get us to our normal lives faster.
Dr. Mehta, thank you so much for all you've been doing to keep our community safe. We really appreciate it. For more information about the COVID-19 vaccine, you can visit emoryhealthcare.org/riseuptogether.